What's up, good people? I just wanted to give you guys a brief rundown of the current state of the Playful Planet universe. So right now I'm in the process of expanding um, the set, so to speak. It's a 3D set. I've been working on building out some of these expansions. Right now, let's see, I have a list of things or places that I want to add to the map that it currently is. It's a giant circular map. I'll pull out of it just to show you guys what it looks like. So this is like the center square of the planetarium. This is where the gang kind of hangs out. Let's go inside right quick. So this is where the gang hangs out. This is where they get their missions, the information for each episode. To the left is where you will find all of their rooms. Let's hide this guy. This is a Scale Man. Scale Man lets us know how big everything in here is. He's about 6 feet tall. So he's got a little bit of clearance room there. So this is the current state of the interior. If you've seen the show and you know where it started, right, you'll know that it's got a long way to go. All right, so I don't know how I feel about this kind of gold statue of Pippi in the middle of the thing, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I might hide it. So here's the pullout. If you're used to the show, you would know that there is this is where the animals are, and then there's like a pond over here. There's a pond. I've gone around. I've started texturing stuff too. So it's gone through a lot of upgrades, and I added this new kind of tile fun floor to it, where this is where the rocket is, and then we've got the garden in the back over here. The playground. I might upgrade the playground, but for now this is good. I've had this playground for a while, so it might be canon at this point in time. All right, so this is the main center of it, and then I added some new trees. This is like an idea for a tree that I have. It's like a pine forest kind of thing. But let's pull out and show you how big it's gotten. Another thing I want to add is like a train track that goes around the entire map. So the first thing I started adding was this Dogwood Canyon. So this is where you're going to have a bunch of adventures for the cast here. I use this to teach some of my students about scale and proportion and things like that. So this is kind of like a training piece as well as a functional piece. So this is going to be like a road. They're going to do some races up here, and they're going to learn a bunch of stuff through this area. And then there's going to be kind of this snow village or ice village where there's going to be igloos everywhere. Everything's going to be kind of white, blue, kind of mountainy, kind of snow mountain, snow forest kind of area. So this might be a good spot for said pine tree. So that's something I've been looking to do. If you look back here, this is the Sky Kingdom. All right. So this is the Sky Kingdom where a lot of fun things are going to happen here as well. They're going to learn about shapes and different stars and constellations and things like that. So there's a lot that's been going on behind the scenes other than making the books and the show and stuff like that. So, and a lot of it's kind of rudimentary right now, right? It's kind of simple right now, but the more I work on it, the more complex it's going to be, the more intricate, and it doesn't need to be crazy intricate. It just needs to be enough to kind of get the point across, because they're at this point going to be set design. So I'll just take, I'll use them for, I'll be able to take individual ones and render them out and then use them as set pieces in Cartoon Animator 5. So I'll usually just probably take a picture, and you can see how big here. The people that live here are giants, so it's giant people that live here, right? So it might be the cosmos. I don't know yet. I'm still working out a lot of the lore of the show too. So this is fun for me. This is my, I guess, happy place is building out this world. Like it's really fun to see where I can go with a lot of this stuff. So yeah, a lot of it was built out of these kits, these little kits, and then I add some geometry to it, and yeah, we build it from there. And this is some of the stuff I'll show a little later on. I'm gonna try to make a series out of some of this stuff using these shapes and these starter kits to make make places. So I also want to make like a pirate town. So like there's gonna be a town where pirates and all this, like Pirate Cove and things, fun exploration things are gonna happen. And I made this kind of ship out of one of those kits. So they're gonna have some ships, and then they're gonna sail, and there's gonna be maybe a race on the water. So there's a lot of stuff that is still going in. And then this is a shape circus. I did a recent class on this area where I designed some paths, and then I showed my students how to make props for sets and designs and things like that. So there's just so much. I wish I could go through each of these in detail, and but there's nothing too crazy about it. So yeah, that's pretty much where the state of the nation is. We've got these kind of little islands and pathways and things like that, and it's going to be fun to see how in the future how I kind of incorporate these into the show. So the next pieces I'm going to make is like this cowboy town. I'm going to make like the pirate town, which you guys saw, and then the ice town, which is right there. And then I want to make like a Halloween town, which is going to be pretty cool. Other than that, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it for now. I just want to kind of show where this was, and that, yeah, I do have some new books out. There is a new monster truck coloring book, and then there is a new dinosaur coloring book. There's also, actually, there's 3 books, sorry. There's 3 new books out. This one has just been published. It is called When You Feel Grumpy, Finding Sunshine on a Cloudy Day. So it's about Asteroid here. He wakes up, he has like a really bad day, and we go through how to kind of manage those grumpy feelings for kids and things like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the gist of what we've got going on right now. And yeah, more books, more shows. Yeah, this is hopefully, if you guys could like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let's see the channel. Right now we are at 9.8 thousand people. We're trying to get to 10,000. Well, honestly, I'm not so big on subscribers anymore at this point. Subscribers are cool, but what we really want is watch time and watch hours. That's gonna help us get to monetization. And you can see like the chart for everything is kind of gnarly in the sense that it's not really consistent right now. All right, let's see what the trend has been. Yeah, it's very, very, very up and down. There's no consistency to it. I'm trying to get a consistent upload schedule going for the show so that we know when things are going to be coming out. The next episodes are going to be about shapes and colors, something super popular, and hopefully, it teaches kids about different shapes and identifying them, the number of sides they have, and things like that. I did a shape circus episode earlier when I first started, but it was like twin motion in 3D. If that doesn't make any sense to you, that's okay. It just means I used a different program, so it has a different look to it. And I've been gearing my stuff more towards this kind of animated look. So I've been learning a bunch of animation. I've been learning a bunch of like just how to use this software that I've been learning over the years, and kind of trying to use it to bring the show to life. So that's pretty much it. This episode, this one right here, teaches kids about the process from from a caterpillar to a butterfly. And there's an accompanying episode that goes along with it. So that's the idea, is to just keep growing it slowly but surely. And as you guys can see what I'm talking about, like the set is different because I've rendered it out of a different program. So this is what the new one looks like. I'll show you what the old one looks like for reference. So let's go to an older episode that has some of these guys in there. It's birthday fun. It's one of the. I think one of the newer episodes will have it too. Okay, yeah. So on this episode, so this is what the set used to look like, and the reason. So this is what it looked like coming out of Twinmotion. So the textures are from Twinmotion. These props are from Twinmotion. And what I'm going to get in the process of doing is recreating my own version of it so that I have a much more stable version, in the sense that I'm not relying on bringing it into Twinmotion anymore. I want to start rendering everything out of Arnold, which is the primary renderer for 3ds Max. And it looks so good. It looks different, right? I'm not gonna say better, because that's I guess subjective. That's like a taste thing. But I just like the quality that comes out of 3ds Max when it comes to Arnold. It does it's really pretty. It's a really pretty render, and that's what I like. So which is why it's gonna take a lot of work, because then all the work is coming out of Max, right? This is 3ds Max, right? So all the work is coming out of Max. I'm modeling, 95% of everything in here. And then I'll render it out of here. And it just looks, the fidelity of it just looks so much better. And I like it. So I've been drawing a lot of inspiration from different cartoons and different animated shows that my daughter watches. And, a lot of those guys, you have to think about the production that those guys have, really. It's like, I want to say at least 15 to 30 people on staff, just like animating, story guys, board guys, line art guys, animators, sound guys. So like, you have to think I'm doing all of that. I'm the, creator, the musician, the everything is on, and with the advent of artificial intelligence, it makes a lot of different parts of it easier to do, and you can be a one-man army in that way a little easier than you would be in the past. So that's the idea. I don't want this to be too long-winded. I wanted this to be kind of short. Just wanted to show you guys where we are, and I always put like Pippi and the gang in there for reference. So yeah, that's the new set. We will be doing some renders pretty soon, and I might just, because I'm trying to focus on a little area at a time, and it's very time consuming, between the books, the show, the pop-ups, everything else. So yeah. Yes, beautiful girl?
Can I have ice cream?
Yes, you can. So yeah, that's the idea there. So yeah, everything else is good going better. Circus. Oh yeah, I forgot about this little island. There's just so much, right? There's gonna be like a little island here. Some of these I start and I'm just like, all right, ooh, and then I get like, what's it in Yoruba they call it ojukokoro, which is like I'm getting greedy. Like I want everything to be done and I want everything to be ready. But you have to take your time. Is whatever, you just got to take your time, and a lot of these these skills and stuff, it took me a long time to understand some of this stuff and be able to build all this stuff. But once you do understand it and you know how everything works, man, it's so fun. It's so much more fun. All right, so yeah, that's it. That's my spiel. That's the set. That's the characters. The books are doing good. I'm doing a lot of pop-ups. So yeah, check us out. If you get a chance, give us a good review or a subscription on YouTube. I'm trying to get into the YouTube Kids app. That's like that's my next goal is watch hours, monetization, and the YouTube Kids app. So to get there, we just need to get 4,000 watch hours in 365 days in a calendar year, and I don't know if we've done that. So the sooner we can get there, the sooner we can get monetized, the sooner we can get on the YouTube Kids app. And monetization isn't the goal in that sense, because the AdSense you're getting it's not life-changing money. I've looked at the metrics. It's not like I'm going to be banking off of it, but it does help me get into the YouTube Kids app, and it helps us reach more customers and more people. So yeah, so let me see if I can show you guys when you feel grumpy. I'll show you some of the pages and then move on. Sorry. I know it's a lot. So yeah, here's the story. The general story is asteroid, and this is a perfect example of what it used to look like, right? So when you render it out of Twinmotion, which is the set of Twinmotion is crazy. I wish on another episode I'll pull up the what it looks like in Twinmotion, because it took me a lot of time to really get it down in Twinmotion, but sometimes you just have to recreate it. Sometimes you just so like I've added lights and trees and stuff like that in Twinmotion, but the story is let's hit W on the keyboard, and that will remove all of the guides and stuff like that, so we can see what it really looks like. So yeah, this stuff is, asteroid wakes up. He's got this dark cloud over his head, and he's feeling kind of grumbly and mumbly and stumbly, and he feels like it's going to be a bad day. He tries to build some blocks. Everything messes up, and then the angry cloud gets angrier and starts zapping him, And, as he's going, Pippi comes and tries to cheer him up, and he's like, nah, I don't want that. The storm cloud zaps the celery, and then Sunny comes by and tries to cheer him up, and then she gives him some breathing exercises to do. So they inhale and exhale, right? They do that, and he feels a little better, right? The storm cloud fades a little bit, and then Lunar comes around and goes, hey, bud, you know what else we can do? We can draw it out. So they start drawing some picture. He's feeling a little better. The storm cloud shrinks a little bit more, and then shrinks a little bit more as he draws, and then Starshine comes around and goes, hey, let's take a break and let's dance, let's hop around. So they do that. They wiggle, they spin, they have some fun, and just like that, his day is starting to feel a little bit better, right? And that's the premise. Is there's a lot of things that make us feel down and feel rotten about the day, and when our friends come around and help us pick us up, it's really nice. It's really awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much the motive of the story is, hey, stretch it out, draw it out, do something relaxing. We all get grumpy, we all get sad, and it's okay. Just take some deep breaths, and the day can definitely change from there. So that's pretty much the story, and you guys can see the difference in the set, right? Like, to you guys, it might not look it, but it's very, very different. It looks a little more washed out a little bit, but I still like this style. I like the muted style of it a little bit. It's very, very chill, and everything's already there. So, and then at all my books, what I try to do is give parents and the kids something to care about in the book, right? Because most of the times it's the parents reading the book to the kids, right? And when the kids are old enough themselves to read it, they can still find value in it. And I call it pick up and put down books. I don't want books that you just pick up and put down and that's it. I want you to be able to interact with the book. I want you to get something out of the book more than just a single read, or it's not a binge. I don't want people to just binge it and put it down. I want them to feel connected. Take the book around, hey, I'm feeling some type of way. How are you feeling today? And it gives you these tracking markers that you can use, and then activities that you can do to make you feel better, right? And that's the idea of all my books, is that we can get to a place where our books are more than just books, and they do more for us than you just read them and put them down. So that's the idea. So let me show you. So this is the newer one, right? This is like an iteration of the new one, but this was rendered out of Arnold. This was rendered out of Arnold, and this was rendered in Twinmotion. So I've learned quite a bit of different software, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I know how to use a lot of different software, and for me, it's kind of fun, but to some people, it probably drives them mad. I know a lot of people who do not like learning new software, and once they learn something, they want to stick to that one thing. I'm more like, whatever's the best for what I'm trying to convey. Like, whatever gives me the best opportunity to get my message across is what I'm going to do. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, that's the book. When You Feel Grumpy, which is currently out on Amazon. So check us out. Let's read a sample of it on Amazon. See what Amazon gives you. All right, so it's available for all. Only $16, and it's got 77 pages. So it's a kid book, but I try to make it just jam packed with really good information, really good, a really good story, really good coping techniques that you can teach your kids. And in the next week, two, don't quote me on this, maybe a month, I will be looking to animate this and then put it out on YouTube as well for free. So if you want to support, get a copy of the book, subscribe to the channel, give us a watch, hour or two, or 1,000. Other than that, man, I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. I will see you on the flippity flop. Hey, this is my new this is a new robe look, new robe tie, Star Wars t-shirt on. It's getting cold out there. So let's do it.